This is Dick Bird. Today, this is the downtown two-front map, and this is about a 21-minute video. I got, like a lot of people, I got a message on my account the other day that said, "Hey, you're qualified to post videos longer than 15 minutes for whoever knows what reason." So I'm going to test that theory. This is a match that I think just went a little over overtime. And look at the mini map in the upper right-hand corner. You'll see this is the dual front version of downtown. This is a kind of a nerve-wracking map. I'm not sure why. There are other maps like this that have two fronts. This one tends to go back and forth a lot. The teams playing really lose control of the map a lot. I'm not sure why it's so difficult, but, well, it's the same difficulty you get with a lot of maps like this, is there are two nodes there that you can use to attack the prime with, and if you've only got one of them, and if the other team has the other, then your prime is open to attack. Our prime has fallen here, and
Killing spree.
I have enough foresight here to grab the tank and try to use it to take our prime back, and then to defend it once I've got it. I mean, you could do, I guess, a state analysis of these kinds of maps. There's 4 possible states. You've got your prime and nothing else. You've got your prime and one side node. You've got your prime and both side nodes, and you've got your prime, both side nodes, or one side node, either one, and the enemy prime. 4 possible states, in increasing order of desirability, I guess you could say. Anyway, it's really important to defend your prime on these maps. If no one else is doing it, you need to do it. I've commandeered the tank. I've driven it up here on the dock. I can hold this node pretty well, unless the other team really is on the ball and gets in here with a nuke or something. At this point, both the side nodes are in contention, so our prime can't be hit, but I'm going to stay right here because it isn't clear who's going to come out on top of that. And at this point, our node is once again vulnerable, so it's a good thing that I do need to stay here for a while. The team is pitching in, they're healing me. We were well on our way to losing this match a few minutes ago, but they were lucky that I showed up, and I will save them. But yeah, it is a tough match. Some of the other two-front maps, they're a little bit more symmetrical. On this one, the side nodes are pretty different. The one to the right here is out in the open, and you get a couple of vehicles with that, a Hellbender, a couple of Scorpions. You get a turret. The other one is inside a building. It's enclosed, a little harder to hit, and that's the one that gets you this tank and pretty much nothing else. But on this version of the map, it also gives you access to the prime, so it becomes a lot more important on this version of the map. I get, maybe it's possible that most people are used to playing the normal version of downtown, and so they tend to forget that it's important to control both sides on this, otherwise you're leaving your prime exposed. Maybe it's just that it's not as easy to control both side nodes. You actually have to have people deployed in both locations. You really have to split your forces. You can't get by with flyers or howitzers to try to control the side nodes from a more central type of location. Not sure, but and it's not, and there's a lot of barriers between the sides, so it does take a little time to get from one to the other. Anyway, we've just taken control of the whole map. All I had to do was hold the prime long enough so the rest of the team could go out and attack, get control of the rest of the map. We're still not home free. There is this other barrier here that nobody has gotten around to removing. I can't drive the tank. Well, actually, I can drive it over it, but I don't really have time to try it. You can drive the tank over this barrier. It's not real easy to do. It can be done. I don't really have time to try it here because there's things shooting at me from the other side. And also, I'm watching the mini-map, and I can see that the tank node is going blue right now, and this is not a good thing, because if the tank node goes blue, again, our prime becomes vulnerable, and the prime could go down while I'm sitting over here, and if our prime goes down, this is really a bad place for our tank to be, because we need this tank to defend our prime with. I'm going to start driving back towards our prime, hopefully to take up a defensive position before this whole thing goes south on us. But on my way there, we once again take their prime, so again, we're in a pretty safe position. This is still not ideal. I'm really not the best possible situation. All I can do is sit right here and shoot into the prime. If the team can't hold it, I need to get back to our prime as quickly as possible, and that's really what I'm getting ready to do, because I don't expect they're going to hold it. And they won't. They just lost it right there.
Attack the enemy prime node.
I'm going to take a couple more shots in case there's somebody in there that's got something on the ball, but it doesn't look that way, so I'm heading back over to our prime because and got very lucky that someone shot that nuke down. I'm heading back to our prime. I'm going to take up a defensive position there because this could turn around on us very quickly. It doesn't look like the other team is completely on the ball because there's nobody here attacking it. But I'm not taking that chance. You see our prime is open. There will be at least one guy coming here and try to take it. They do come kind of close, really. There's the orb carrier. We're lucky we took their prime right there because I don't think my tank shot would have been quite in time for that. But it would have been a very good place to have our tank be if he had managed to take that. Unstoppable. So yeah, I'm going to try this other route to get to their other prime because I want to get this tank in their other prime. This is where my luck is going to run out. This isn't a very good route for the tank. You're really kind of a sitting duck in this ditch. I didn't really like to do it, but I did. But it was the quickest way to get over there. I couldn't get through the other way. We're looking really good here. We're going to try to hold this prime. I had a thought that I would go back here and try to get that tank node back because it's currently unclaimed. I felt like it was important to do that. You need to control both sides.
Grab the shape charge.
I'd like to get the tank back if possible. With the dual nodes, I don't usually bother with the tank as much on the regular version of this map. On the dual node, I think it's a little more important. We need the tank. And I'm going to destroy that Scorpion, so it can't be used for evil. Blue's got their paladin up here trying to take the tank out because they think it's important too. I'm going to get rid of him. I'm going to pick up a little helper here who's going to very nicely start to heal me. Luck's not going to hold here. There's going to be a Manta. Mantas are very dangerous when they get close to you. Thought I almost had him right there. Would have been nice to have him, but no. Still not an entirely bad situation. I'm going to spend some time here defending the blue prime. That guy right there, I believe he just grabbed the nuke, but I managed to kill him before he made off with it. This guy here probably thinks I have the nuke. Very frantically trying to get rid of me before I can use it on something. I wish I had the nuke, that would be nice. Nobody doing much damage to the core, which is bad. I should be attacking the core, but, you know, like a lot of people, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm going to spend some more time here defending the enemy prime with the Scorpions because there's nothing else around. I'd love to get a bigger vehicle in here, but there's just no time. Get a couple of nice kills.
Blue core is under attack.
Just grabbing one Scorpion after another because the blue assault here is a little bit relentless. Take out a few people at once there.
Double kill. Killing.
And back up one more. Kind of out of Scorpions for the moment. Grab the next one to come up before the other guy gets it. Because I know these other players, they just waste the vehicles. I'm going to use the vehicles for good purposes. They'll just run off with them and do God knows, probably attack the core. Which, yeah, might actually be a good thing to do, but I don't see too many people here defending. We still don't have any vehicles here. We really need a vehicle in this prime. And that guy there is going to ruin me. I almost had this thing up on the dock and gave him a little curse there because he fouled up my attempt to get up there. Have to turn around here and take out whoever's coming through the door. I think this time I'll manage to get up there. I really wish somebody would drive a larger vehicle in here, but for the moment I'm it. Anyway, you can do a lot of good with a Scorpion up here too. You can kill quite a few people even with these little balls here. This is a bad spot. Should have been a little quicker to jump out. One more attempt to grab the tank. Someone else got in it before me, so I'm going to jump out and do the healing on it. I believe this one might last a little bit longer. The driver is rather, well, I don't know if foolhardy is the word, but he did jump out and help heal, which is a little daring, I guess, because it could have been stolen from him, but there was nobody around to steal it. Gonna manage to take at least a few points off the core here. We're getting pretty close to winning it, but it's still being a fight. And now Blue has taken their prime back because I'm not there to defend it. If I'm not there, it will fall. That's just a rule. You just need to remember that. If you're not there to control the key point, it will go down because the rest of the team isn't as good as you. It's just a fact. You just have to live with it. Well, anyway. So yeah, they've got a paladin up here. We're going to mutually kill each other, which isn't really going to help our team too much because they've just managed to take a side node. And now I'm getting distracted. I'm auto spawning here at tank when what I really need to do is get back over there and defend our prime. And this is an example of how fast this map turns around. They took one side node. Our prime just went down. And we're now in big trouble, and I'm going to sound the alarm. But it's really kind of late for that. There's no vehicles left to take over here. I need to just quit auto spawning here and get out of here. The tank just went down. And with 91-14, we could easily lose this now. Having nothing better to do, I could have gone back to our core and tried to grab a vehicle, but I'm in a great big hurry, and I feel we need to get this prime down as quickly as possible, so I'm just going to get up here and just spam it. The nuke came up. I don't have much chance of getting away with it, but with a little bit of luck, I can grab it and keep the enemy from getting it, which is almost as good. Even if you don't have a chance to use the nuke, it's always worthwhile to grab it so the other team doesn't get it. My coordination letting me down a little bit there. And now desperately trying to take out some of these marauders coming in, trying to take our prime back. And we'll manage to hold them off a little bit, but I think they're going to take it again.
Attack the tank node.
Finally arriving back at our core.
Red core is vulnerable.
So as to get a heavy vehicle up here, which is what we really need to do, have to... yeah, guy there flubbing a suicide attack. And I will manage to get in here and do some defense.
Red core is secure.
And we're just going to manage to start getting things under control at this point. I could turn around here and try to back up these steps, but, you know, from past experience, I know that the minute I turn around and start trying to back up the defense, the minute I turn around and start trying to back up the steps, that's when all these people who are currently ignoring me will start firing rockets under my wheels. And although when you're facing forward, it's desirable to have them firing rockets under your wheels to help you get up the steps. When you're trying to back up the steps, people firing rockets under your wheels makes it damn near impossible to get up the steps. The other players, of course, don't realize this. Well, something went terribly wrong there because somebody did help me get up the steps, so we're now in a much better position. I believe a blue player just deposited a mine on our node. Yep, there it goes. Could be worse. We've got a vehicle here to hold it while we bring it back up. We've got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to overtime. So it's looking like we probably will win it, but we need to keep our shit together. Because blue has a very good chance here if they make a strong showing. But for the moment, I just need to hang here and hold on to prime once again while the rest of the team gets their act together and goes out there and takes those side nodes, which is what they need to do.
Grab the shape charge.
And we've got the top side node being under attack.
Attack the center node.
I've got a useless back turret fire here. I mean, look at this. There's people that tell me, oh, the back gun is so great. Oh, it's so useful. Oh, I love the back gun. What is this guy shooting at? What is he's shooting at the wall? Okay, maybe he got that guy. I don't know. Look at this. Our node is down, and he's sitting there in the turret firing at nothing. What is this? I had to. He did get out and do it. He went out and got it. Yes. And in the meantime, I'm berating him while he's doing it. I'm saying, take the damn node. You know, the node is down. You need to take the node, and he's sitting there firing at the walls. What the hell? That back turret bothers me. I know it's good for something. People do get killed with it. I just don't like it. It's not right. It shouldn't be there.
Double kill.
It's incongruous. The vehicle has to be used in a completely different way to make use of that back node. The back gun in situations where the air mines are useful, that back gun isn't really useful for a whole lot. And in situations where the back gun is useful, the air mines aren't really all that useful. So it's a poor design. What can I say? It needs to be two different vehicles. That would be better, I think. Well, really, I just don't like to use the back gun. I just don't like it as much. I liked it better in UT 2004 because on that one you had an indicator to show when it was charged up, and on this one you don't. So it would be better with that. Anyway, I got blown out of there, so I'm trying to do some good by taking tank, which I'm not going to manage to do. Actually, the tank showed up and drove up on the dock, so I figured, well, you know, it's kind of overkill to have us both up here. Somebody needs to go on offense. And if we're going to have a tank up here for defense, that's really all we need, as long as he keeps his act together. Somebody needs to take these side nodes. Bozo here is healing his paladin while right on the doorstep and gets it stolen from him, which was very good to see.
Attack the tank node.
We've got the one side node. I'm going to make an attempt to take tank here. This is a really bad position, but I'm in a hurry. Too much of a hurry to get the job done properly, as usual. I think fortunately somebody's going to lay a mine on it, so it goes down right there, which is good. Tank node is now ours, but the other node is down and our prime is down, so it's still not looking good. I'm not sure where our tank went, but I feel like I need to get back to prime immediately. Our tank is still there. He's not very healthy. Okay, so we're really all regrouped here, and the timer is ticking down. We're about just under a minute to overtime. 68 to 14. Yeah, blue's probably going to lose it. This not really quite as dramatic as what it may look like here. We could just sit here and let the timer run out pretty much. But the offensive elements of our team have decided to get their act together, and they've started to make some inroads into those side nodes, and I've decided, since we've got that tank in our base, I can afford to go out here and help them out with that. Because Well, you know, although you could go for the safe win, you know, you'd really like to win a little bit better than that. And if you really do got a better team, you really ought to be able to do that. So, well, yeah, here we've managed to take at least one side node, and we've got that tank covered for us in our base, so we can have some assurance that our prime will not go down at the time it will take us to get their prime. And the clock is ticking time. It really is just a matter of time at this point. Our orb is on its way to the enemy prime, and it looks like they're probably going to get it. He's still up. He's still up. And there it is. Now they've got 5 points left. It's kind of a foregone conclusion. But yeah, once again, I was tearing my hair out through much of this. It's really nerve-wracking. You really have to keep a close eye on the map. I can understand why people don't float this map that often. All right, good game. Have a good evening.